Good morning, good morning. Hello to everyone. We're back again with a short series, which is really great. There's some new people, brand new, some people exhibited at our September event, plus some older sort of coming back as well, which is great. Just wanted, just before we start the video, to say that thank you to everyone that came to the September event. It was absolutely amazing. I know on the day we were up against a lot of events going on. I can't obviously when we sort the dates, I'm not aware of that, but we do shout out about those other events as well. It was a really great event, and one thing that I loved was seeing all of the exhibitors coming together as a great family that we are, a community, and also seeing the great products that were there, which was really amazing. And also what I wanted to really say as well was to all the lovely customers that come and support us as well, and seeing them in the foyer, asking them who they'd seen and looking, showing me their bags and things of who they purchased from. And also what I loved as well was them saying that, the stories and talking to the exhibitors. And that's what we really want to get out of the events, and that's where we'll be going even more. So, which is really great. So I just wanted to say that as well. So we're going to go live now. Sorry for making you wait there. So let's start now, and hopefully no problems, as we know. Sometimes there are some glitches, but let's have a look. Yay!
Hiya.
Hey there. Sorry, I just wanted to talk about a little bit about September. So I was
That's all right.
elaborating on a bit. So so please introduce yourself and tell us what you make and sell.
So my name is Sophie, and I run a business called Happy Paws Claws. I basically provide 100% natural dog treats and eco-friendly toys.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, the premise is all about being natural. No grains, wheat, and all the nasty stuff that the cheaper treats put in.
Cool. And that, I think it's really important, is it? As us as human beings, sorry, I just got a hair on there. Us as human beings, what we put on our body, and it's also important what we put into our pets, isn't it? And
definitely.
Yeah.
And everyone's started to sort of, not everyone, but most people are starting to shift to a raw food diet for dogs, because some of the cheaper food have hardly any meat in it. I don't know really what they've got in them, but it's not good. And actually, the more people I meet doing my events, the more I'm finding people saying that their dogs now have allergies, which never really used to be a thing. Yeah. And so many dogs are now allergic to sort of wheats and grains, which are commonly found in dog treats.
Yeah, and it's funny you saying that. I mean, we were down in Ferring the other week, and there were some people with some dogs, and this dog kind of latched onto us. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but the dog's got dementia, dementia." And it's like, wow, and he just forgot what it was up to. It was just sort of like they are real, like us as well, aren't they? They have their own.
Yeah, definitely.
So, why did you set up your business, and how did you come up with your business name?
So in 2019, I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, which is a rare blood cancer. I was given 2 weeks to live. So I had 4 rounds of chemo. Wow. And I luckily went into remission, which was great. And then 3 months later, it came back. The only way to cure it, because it is quite a nasty cancer, was to have a stem cell transplant. So I had more chemo, full body radiotherapy, and then in January 2020 I had a stem cell transplant. And the recovery from that is pretty brutal. And at the time I was working full-time in London. I was flying around because as part of my previous job I was sort of implementing systems and training people. So I was traveling around Europe and the UK a lot, and because of all the treatment I've had, my brain doesn't really work so well anymore. And I just get tired. So there was no way that I could go back to that sort of job. And even doing a full-time job would just wipe me out. So I've always wanted my own business.
Wow.
So I sort of took the opportunity to start this, really.
Fantastic.
So that was my sort of chance in life to just sort of go for it, because, you know, what was I going to lose? I wasn't doing anything else. And the name is sort of me and my husband. I decided one day I'm going to do this business. The next day I created the website and created the name. I just sort of went for it. I just thought, oh, let's just do it. So we were sort of playing around with the name for ages. And you know, you sort of come up with all these ideas, Google it. Oh no, someone's got it already. And we had a lot of that.
Yeah.
And then we just sort of fell upon Happy Paws and Claws.
Fantastic.
It had a nice ring to it.
Yeah. Excellent. It says what is in the back, and thank you as well for sharing your story there, because you know it's really important. And also you know, we have other people, if you don't, I'm saying Gemma from Pure Mess, and she's diagnosed, and that's why her natural skincare that she has is because she was diagnosed with cancer that has come back again, and you know she's absolutely okay now. And a lovely big shout out as well to Ruth's Little Kitchen, who has just gone through you know, chemo and everything, and she came to see us on September, and it was joyous to see her because she's such an amazing person. And she did message me this week, and she has pulled out just at the next events, and you know she will be back because she's a great character, and we love her being part of Curated. So it's not goodbye, it's just for her to rest, take care of herself as well, which is really important. And what you've just said there about, you know, having your own business is really great, isn't it, out of all of this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something good's come out of it is this, so
yeah.
I can't complain.
So whereabouts are you based, and where is your sort of workspace?
So I'm in Reigate.
Yeah.
Certainly down the road, and my workspace is my dining room and cellar. Yeah. It's not glamorous at all.
Yeah, I love the whole. We should do a whole thing curated about all the kitchen tables, because that's where I work. You know, Rob has the office, but I'm at the kitchen table, which I love, and all the things.
My dining room table is just full. I mean, if I turned the camera around now, I'm sat in the dining room, and I mean, it looks like a bomb's hit it at the moment because I've been doing so many events.
Yeah.
So I literally just chuck everything in there, leave it till I need it, and it all comes out again.
Yeah, I mean, Dobby and Rose, who I'm chatting to on Sunday, fortunately last year she didn't come to our events because she was pregnant, and her husband came along, and she just put a post up saying, oh my God, like the next 4 months, as we know, for events is really busy. And it's just, and I know with some of you guys, you're like, oh my God, you're doing an event on Saturday, and then you're doing an event on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm doing both days this weekend, so it's going to be a bit full on.
Yeah, and it is, isn't it? And it's, you know, and I think it's really important for people to realise that, you know, we work just as hard. You know, this is still our job, it's still our profession, and what goes into it. And the whole, you know, selling at an event as well, it's really hard work sometimes, all day long.
It's draining.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did Feasty Fest on last Sunday, and that was, you had to be there about 7:30 a.m. and you weren't allowed to leave till 7 p.m.
Long day.
It was a long day.
Yeah, long day. So, have you got a favourite item to create? I mean, and why have you sort of chosen that?
So, I sort of offer a few things.
Yeah.
I'd say my favourite is the pick and mix option. So, I have about 35 to 40 different natural treats. So, they range from fish, meat, and vegetarian. And it's really nostalgic. It's like going back to Woolworths and, you know, getting a pick and mix sweets. And I wanted that sort of, you know, concept for dogs. Not every dog likes meat treat. I think everyone thinks, oh, dogs only eat meat. It's not true. They like fish. And actually some dogs hate meat and fish, and they love the vegetarian ones. Yeah. And weirdly, the vegetarian treats are actually our most popular. They're our bestseller.
Wow.
They're just made from peanut butter, fruit and vegetables. And the dogs absolutely love them. So I think, like, for me, I like that because obviously not every dog likes the same thing every time. They are a bit like humans. They like to pick and choose what they like. you know, allows the owner to have that sort of nostalgia going back to Woolworths. They get to pick and choose what they like. They can then, you know, when they order, they can do a different bag each time. So I think it's sort of quite a fun element.
Yeah.
And then I do the sort of grab and go treat pouches, which are mostly what I sell at events and stuff. So it's basically, if people haven't got time to sit and look through the pick and mix, they can just get a treat pouch, which I've pre-packed, and then I just send it out.
Fantastic.
Easy.
And I like that as well, because, you know, with the whole pick and mix, you're really appealing to the children, you know, when they come along, and how great is it that they've got their little dog and their cat at home and they can grab the treats. And also us remembering Woolworths. I mean, if you said to a small child now Woolworths, they'd like look at you like,
I know they were. I was showing my age there.
That's great. I used to love it as well. It was such a great shop, wasn't it? And it's funny, sometimes when I'm driving around or I'm in towns, I kind of go, yeah, that used to be a Woolworths.
No, I do that.
Yeah,
I really do
that.
Yeah, that's true actually, because I used to live in Surbiton, and the Woolworths is now Poundland.
Yeah, and the record shop bit of it as well. And,
yeah, brilliant. I used to go and get my CDs when they came out from Woolworths.
It's really weird, isn't it? So that nostalgic thing, I think it's so, even like tapes are now coming back into fashion.
Yeah, they are.
It's just amazing, isn't it? I just love it. Your old Walkman with a tape and, oh God, yeah. So have you been working on anything new this year at all? Any new products?
Well, everything is new because we only started in April this year.
Was it?
So,
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've literally just gone, you know, full steam ahead and just doing everything. So for me, it's all about, you know, going forward, it's about expanding my pick and mix option.
Yeah.
Trying to sort of come up with new ideas that people haven't sort of seen. And obviously Christmas is coming, so really full steam ahead, trying to get Christmas items.
Yeah.
I'm currently in the process of putting together big Christmas stockings.
Yeah.
And they will be full of treat pouches and toys, so people can get an actual stocking, which is like a big paw, and it will be filled with treat pouches and toys. So that's quite exciting. I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, yeah, it is, isn't it? It's great that, you know, at Christmas, you know, we do spend a lot of money on our pets as well. And I think we're all right now to say the word Christmas. It's yesterday there was a post to say it's 100 days, and 100
yes,
days,
I saw that.
100 days doesn't seem like anything really, does it?
It will fly by. It will go so quickly as well. It'll suddenly be here tomorrow before we know it.
Yeah, and you know, in our September event, we actually had people Christmas shopping already. You know, and I love it because with the events coming out, I know there are people, customers that come along who do their whole Christmas shopping, and you know, it's such a great thing. And also, you've got, you know, which I loved about, we met you at Love Reigate, and I loved straight away because also your story that you're telling us about your products, but also we haven't got anyone that does the food products. And, you know, you are, you know, in Dorking, there's a lot of people with dogs, and also another thing with you as well is a lot of the people that are exhibiting, I know for a fact, have dogs as well. So you are, you know, they're going to absolutely love you. Which
that's one of the things. So like, I really want to sort of build in the local area because there is nothing else around that does sort of natural dog treats. Everything's online. And from doing all my events, I've really found I like to talk to people, and for people to put a face to the business they're buying from.
Yeah.
Because, you know, online it's a website. There's no personality behind it. You don't know who you're buying from. Whereas when you do these events, you can chat to people. You can, you know, I have people telling me all about their dogs, and I love it because I've got 2 dogs. So I have like this massive common interest.
Yeah.
And I hear all these stories. It's great. It's really good.
And it's great. And exactly, you know, that is the whole point of our events. And, you know, and we really, that whole thing about chatting to the customers, we offer something you can't buy on the high street. If you want to go to Pets at Home and buy whatever, then that's what you want to do. But if you want to talk to somebody that, you know, has a passion like yourself, you know, 100% natural, all of that goes into it, you know, and talks to you as well. And that's what's really, I found really important to everyone that, you know, with the exhibit. And also, you know, with September, we've been able to, you know, come back with feedback. I've been able to talk to people, make phone calls, chatted to them. If they didn't do so well, how can we improve? So really not just about, it's not just about, you know, taking your money and there we go. It's really about making sure that for the next events you do well, what you could do better. And that's really, you know, really important. And also learning from everyone else as well, which I know for a fact you're going to fit in really well, which is going to be, I think we're all...
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
yeah.
I'm excited.
And like you say, isn't it? I don't know about you, but through lockdown last year, I built all these lovely, beautiful relationships with all of the exhibitors. And then when I got to meet them, I'm like, wow, it was really nice. Because sometimes you're like, you know, oh, you're smaller than I thought you were. Or it's really funny because you see them like this, and you know, it's been quite lovely actually. And you know, we've got some really great people on board. Yesterday we've just done the floor plan's all done because we've got our Zoom to do, so that's all there. And that takes time, looking at it, making sure people are in the right place, making sure we mix it all around, which you're all aware what we do as well, which is really great. So as you know, we have an ethos about being friendly, creative and unique. Is there an ethos or something that you kind of work with?
Yeah, so I'd say my ethos is to provide natural treats and toys to the local area that are natural, sustainable, provide variety, along with great friendly customer service.
That's it. Yeah, brilliant. Love it. You know, and it's funny when we're doing these tele-tens, a lot of people, oh, I don't know if I have an ethos, whatever. And sometimes just taking 3 words and yep, that's me. Because when we're at these events, we have to go, hi, you know, like, I'm Dapper Suave and I made da-da-da. You have to go through all the spiel, don't you? And it comes to about, you know, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, just like, here's my stuff, buy it, you know, because it's just, you get all tongue-tied, don't you? Which is, yeah, which is the thing. So, your goals and dreams for, I would say, for this year, yeah, if you started in April, I wasn't, you know, even aware. I felt like you'd been going for a while, so I apologise for that. So what are your goals and dreams for this year?
My goals and dreams, I just want, for me, it's really important. I mean, I've got a website and I can sell, you know, online to the whole of the UK if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But for me, what's really important is being part of the community and providing natural treats and toys to the local area.
Yeah.
So I really want to expand, you know, for people to get to know me, to sort of know what I do, and sort of, you know, I can help them and meet them and, you know, continue building that customer base in the local areas, really.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking of somebody really, and a lady that comes to our event, and it's, she won't mind me saying, she's Aggie, and she's the landlady of the Star and the Old House, and she has 3 dogs. I think most of them have have a Instagram, but she really, you know, and she has a little dog ball outside. I don't know if it's still there. And she'll absolutely love you because of you know, she's really about the dogs. And you know, when you go to the Old House, it's very much a dog-friendly place where you can come and get your dog. Sometimes it's like, oh my god, it's crazy with dogs all barking and napping at each other, you know. But you know, she has dogs, and that pub is for people with dogs, which I think is a really nice thing, isn't it? You can go out for I met somebody the other day. She said, oh, I can go for a dog walk. We can go to the Old House with the dog. I was like, that sounds a great idea.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really important. There's so many places these days that are all turning into gastropubs, and they don't allow dogs, and you know, and I think it's such a shame because, you know, they're actually, I sort of think personally they're losing out on a lot of business because there's so many dogs in the whole of Surrey.
Yes.
And we all go walking, and a lot of people like to stop, you know, for a drink or some food with their dog, and they can't at many places because people just won't let them in. So it's a bit of a shame, really.
Exactly.
So I'm all for the dog-friendly places.
Yeah, and they are out there. It's just, you know, finding them in these towns. Yeah. And, you know, that's... Another thing that I found with our event as well is there were some people that came to the event because just a little thing about somebody asked about why are we still ticketing the event, and the reason I shout about it and I say about it, it's something that we paid for, but it's also back in 2019 when we opened the doors. We couldn't physically move for 2 hours with people in the room. And, you know, I think, to be honest, if I was to go down that route again, I think I'd be physically sick, you know, because of the amount of people. It's a bit scary. So what we're trying to do is encourage people to book tickets, to come along And that once they have a ticket, they can come back, and also it lets us know how many people have also come through the door, and it also lets us know how many people have booked and haven't turned up as well. And you know, it's that bit as well. So that's something that we will carry on to have it so that it's staggered throughout the day. And then you have a chance then to talk about people, and you're not missing out on customers because so many people are there and they kind of come into the room, and the first thing they want to do is get out of it because it's too busy. So we want to make sure that that's steady. So that's just so everyone is aware of that, because that had come up, and I think it's really important to everyone as well. It's, you know, we're not Primark. You don't come charging in and buy something and whatever, rush out. You know, you take your time to talk to the exhibitors, and that's what the customers are really, really loving about it. So who would you say is your support network?
Definitely my husband. So he actually does quite a few events with me.
Cool.
Especially like the larger ones, because the setup and just being there, like, to have support is really nice. Friends and other local businesses, really. So since I've been doing events, obviously you get chatting to other local businesses who are all really super friendly. So I'd say the best local business that's massively helped me since starting is, I don't know if you know, Simon's Free Range Eggs. Just next to Westfield Park, and they allow small businesses to have a stall on a Saturday morning at their farm. So I'm there most Saturdays, as many Saturdays as I can get there. And it's lovely because I now have repeat business. So I have customers and they come and see me. If I'm not there, they ask when I'm coming back. So it's a really lovely place to be. And they've done a lot for me, because without them, I wouldn't have sort of really taken that first step into doing sort of, you know, the stalls and events and stuff. And from that, then I've done, you know, like Love Reigate, and I'm doing your events as well. So they've been a massive support, actually, and they're really lovely.
Good. Yeah, and it's about, you know, I think we all say it's about supporting, isn't it? And even with what they're doing, it's great. You know, people can come along. On a Saturday, I'm sure there's these little food markets and that take place, and people come to, and it's also a bit of almost a social thing, isn't it? You can go along and also, oh God, such and such is there, and it's a really nice thing to see people coming back. So two more questions. One of them is, so what events are you doing with Curated by Dapper Suave?
I am doing October the 3rd and the November one, the 14th.
14th, that's it. Yeah, excellent. And the last question is, why did you choose to work with us?
So I'd seen your events online. I'd followed you on Instagram for quite a while. And it's something I wanted to be a part of. I really love, and I think for me, I think you guys are great because you're bringing together a bunch of small businesses who, you know, it's hard being a small business. You know, you're competing against, you know, especially for me, it's like, you know, pets at home, I've got no chance. So to be able to, the fact that you bring small businesses together, you give them a platform to, you know, show what they're doing, and you know, you're helping small businesses be seen and heard, and sort of get their name out there. And I think that's, you know, for me, that's a really lovely thing to do. Just you know, bringing people together and supporting them, really, and helping them get out there.
Yeah, and it is, isn't it? I think that's really important, because I think probably with both of our retail background, and also, you know, I'm wanting to give that event that is something a little bit different. So if you want to sit there and you don't want to talk to the customers, or you want to stand away from your stall, you don't want to own you don't want to own your brand, then you're not right for us. And it's as simple as that. And you know, and unfortunately there are some people that have had, you know, we've had to say goodbye to, because I took that kind of whatever of, you know, in lockdown, talking to them of all what they're going to do, and when they get there, like, this isn't what you said you were going to do. And you know, so that, you know, that is important. So you know, and it is finding, you know, lots of new businesses which you know, next year, and we've just very excitedly just signed the contracts for Dorking halls for next year, so that's really exciting. So 5 brand new dates for next year, all of them in the Grand Hall, which is really lovely. And obviously our Christmas one is back in the Martineau Hall. That's where we were original. So you know, out of COVID, we have got a lot to thank for, because if it wasn't for COVID, we would have never have gone bigger, and we wouldn't have 140 40 odd businesses on board at the, you know, back in probably 2020 there was probably 50. So it's really exciting as it expands and grows, and you know, and getting you guys to come on board as well, because we say we can't be curated by Dapper Suave without you, your,
Yeah.
you know, your businesses are what make Curated. So there we go. Yeah, silver button, woohoo. Yeah, there we go. A thing I've always said, and it's also be careful what you wish for, and I believe in that solidly. If you want something in life, you can go out there and get it. So, you know,
Yeah,
and the hurdles that we've had, and you say about yourself, what, you know, what you've been through, but, you know, you've got through it, haven't you? And what, you know, look at what you're doing now. And
yeah, exactly.
yeah, you know, the corporate world out there, and the, you know, the 9 to 5, you know, it's probably different for you, but probably the satisfaction that you get from your job is way beyond that, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Excellent, excellent. Well, really, really, really looking forward to meeting you in October.
Yeah,
It's kind of like, it's flying by, isn't it? It's like
really, was it 2 weeks?
Yeah, almost 2 weeks. Yeah, almost 2 weeks. It's like, oh my God. And that's what I say, we had the September, and all of a sudden you're back onto then this one, and then, you know, before I know it, it's November, and then, whoa, then it's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Christmas. So we will be back tomorrow, and like I say, all of this will go on to our go onto Instagram post. It'll also go onto YouTube, so you can go on there and watch it whenever you like as well. And then it goes on to our LinkedIn. So lots of ways to get the message out about you as well. And tomorrow we will be joined by Dan and James from Coffee Flamingo. We met them at the same event that you were at, Love Reigate. So they're back with us. So we'll be chatting to them tomorrow morning. They did our September event, and they were really, really popular. Obviously, you know, coffee, that's something we haven't had before, and customers absolutely loved it. So it's bringing those new...
Yeah, they were at Feasty Fest on Sunday as well.
Yes, yeah. You were with Curiosity and My New Fave as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I always try and shout out when I know where you guys are as well. I think that's really important as well. And you know, we did a little promotion or whatever with them. So, you know, and it looked a really good event. To be honest, if I wasn't away, I would have come along to it. But there we go. Who knows? We might have a big event like that with Curated one day. With
you never
music.
know.
You never know. Be careful what you wish for. It was really, really great to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you very, very soon. Take care.
Yes,
have a great weekend. Cheers.
You too. Bye.